One of the useful things you can do with leftover pizza dough or bread dough is to make some savoury grissini sticks. Now these are finger thin, rolled up pieces of dough which you can use as for dipping or just for crunching on with a drink or two. So we've got our pizza dough here, and we're just going to roll it out like we did for a pizza. We're going to try and make it a bit more rectangular rather than circular so that we can cut our strips of dough. Okay, just rolling it out like this. Doesn't seem to want to become a rectangle. You've got to use a bit of brute force sometimes. A bit more flour. Okay, nice and thin. I guess probably about 1 centimetre thickness, but certainly no more than that, because you'd like the grissini to be nice and thin. But now we'll see how we can prepare them. I might just turn this board around like that, and I'm going to cut these sections in about 2 centimetre strips. I'll start from the front end. I'll use that as a bit of waste. Actually, I might use this. Okay, about 2 centimetres, like that. And then you just roll them up into a little sausage. It doesn't have to be even, it doesn't matter. It's good to have a bit of variety. You'll find some ends when they bake become a little bit thicker than others, but it's all part of the variety of cooking with dough. All right, so we're going to roll that up, like that. Some are long, some are short, but equally tasty once they're cooked. It's a bit sticky there. Just roll them up. Good, I'll do a couple more. Now when these are in the oven, they'll increase in size slightly, not quite double, but around about that. Now in a moment, I'll show you how we can season them, and I'm going to baste them with a few different things and use some Parmesan as well, just some extra flavour. Okay, I'll make this the last one, like that. Put the baking tray next to it, like this, and give it a bit of a spray with some vegetable oil, and we're going to lay these onto the tray before we baste them. I'm going to give them a bit of misting with some water just to dampen them up. And what I've got here is a bit of Parmesan, so we'll just sprinkle a bit of Parmesan along a couple of them, like that. In this container, I've got some olive oil and some rosemary herbs. We can pop those on top as well, just baste them along there. Absolutely delicious. And I'll do that to the third one as well, so I'm going to have 3 of those. Okay, in this dish we've got some garlic butter, which is simply some crushed garlic mixed with butter, melted butter, and that'll make it very flavoursome too. You don't need too much garlic in that, just a touch for the effect. Now here I've got a little bit of rock salt. You just grate a little bit on. You don't need much at all because there's already salt in the pastry, in the pizza dough rather. And there we have it. Okay, now these are ready to pop into the oven. Now usually with pizza bases you'd put them in the oven at about 200 degrees fan forced for say 12 minutes or so. Now you can do the same with grissini, but you'll find that the next day they tend to be a bit soft because you really don't want to be making a bread, you want a nice crispy savoury stick. So we're going to put them in the oven at a cooler temperature, say 150 degrees, for about half an hour. Okay, so in the oven they go. Now these were cooked for half an hour and they should stay crispy for a couple of days. and they're very nice for dips and for using with soup accompaniments or just with some drinks because they're quite savoury. Snap. Sounds good. Tastes great.